Us our mic
Yes.
as we're going.
Okay, so
Yeah.
me just put it on there.
Yes, you can put it on. You can hold whichever one is more comfortable for you.
All right. Welcome, everyone. We're doing a mic check right now, seeing if it works. And it does. Perfect.
All right,
But
good
also
morning.
what's comfortable
Good
for you.
morning. Let's see if I can just make it stay still. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes. Good morning, guys. Let us know where you're tuning in from.
Sorry, I'm gonna okay.
Yes. Let us know if this looks fine, right?
For me, that's the time they're like, I believe you.
And we'll get started in a couple minutes. Just waiting for anyone else to tune in. We'll get started at 11:30.
Yeah, one more minute.
Yes, one more minute.
But yeah, we said we're looking. It was just a conversation. We're looking
Yeah.
for a place.
The thing is,
Mhm.
They're like, oh, I know.
Yeah.
All those.
they're like, go text.
She
She's
just
like, here's
within that
Ricky's phone
second.
number.
Yeah.
Within a second, she texted Ricky.
Yeah.
And then Ricky said yes.
Yeah.
I text Ricky fast. I mean,
It was
she, you know,
fast.
she texts fast. That's
Yeah.
why she's my marketer. I told
She
her,
does.
you're like
She does.
my marketer for my business. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
she does
could
a
be
great
my
job.
place anytime. I
know.
claim it
Also,
all the time.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just like, hey, can I have the lounge for this day? She's like, yep, let me check. Yep, you can.
Mhm. That's literally how easy it is.
I'm like, can I have the sunroof?
So-
yep.
I love
I
that.
tried asking for the venue one time. She was like, yeah, that's going to be this much. I'll take the lounge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I like the lounge. I like the additions of all the new TVs. It
Oh,
just keeps
yes.
updating
I
every
know.
couple of months.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Really nice.
I'm asking to do a big
Oh.
wall mural in there above
Yeah.
the restaurant wall.
That'll be
That's
really
what
nice.
I'm working on.
Oh,
yeah.
They're painting the inside.
He said he hasn't decided what it's going to be yet.
Yes.
I could,
Mhm.
well, I could do it.
Exactly.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, well, 11:30. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, you can just intro into. Or do you want me to? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello. It is 11:30, so you know what time it is. It is time to get this show on the road. But before we get started, we'd like to welcome you back to What Anna Said podcast. Today, we're so excited because we get to sit together with Elizabeth, and we have Elizabeth here with us today. I know most of you, if not all of you, already know who she is, but it is a pleasure for us to be able to sit with her today and just hang out, talk together, share her story. And so before we do that, I'll go ahead and pass the mic to Edner.
Yes, and Anna's passing the mic to me because this right here, Elizabeth Phillips, she is a really good friend of mine, and that is how we have become to know her, was through me and the friendship that we have met. So how I've known Elizabeth is about 10 years now, Elizabeth, huh?
Yes.
Yes. So we've met each other at church, and we attend Cross City Church in Euless, Texas. And when I met her, I never met you in person just yet. Funny story.
Yeah.
On Facebook, I'm not even sure how we even became friends on Facebook, but everything
I know how.
The network around us.
Right.
because my life wasn't, the way that it was supposed to. I woke up and I always checked my phone. And on Facebook, she was always one of the first ones on there on my timeline. And what she would do at that time, she would take pictures of herself walking around the church. And she would literally take a selfie with the church building in the back. And she's like, I'm praying today. Or the next day I'll look and see Elizabeth Phillips on there again. Come and join me on this walk. And no one's going to come and join you, but she was there. She was going to be there. But I was joining you online. So I was with you even before you knew I was even there. And in that season, I was battling a lot with anxiety. And I remember thinking at the time, I need someone to help me. And again, one morning, I woke up on Facebook, and she had said that she was beginning a class called Prayer One-on-One. And she was inviting others to join. And I said, perfect, my schedule aligns. Let me reach out to her. So I messaged you on Facebook, and I said, hey, I would love to be a part of your class. And then she was like, I would love to meet you in person. And not even that, she began to just message me and send me scripture and prayers about having anxiety. And one of the things that you said to me that stuck with me my entire life till date that I still say to me say to myself because of you. And she was very direct and forward. She said, Enner, you're having anxiety because you're not praying enough. And that was real for me. and that I knew that was what I needed to hear. That was a message that applied in my life. And when she said that to me, that was true. I knew, you know what, I am not praying enough. And so that is how we connected. What's funny, the funny part is when I finally met you in person, we were passing in the hallways, and she thought that I was y'all's uncle, my Denny. She didn't know that I was Edner Fry.
Yeah.
So when she saw me, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I thought you were this guy, this Martin."
Yes, I was looking for Martin. Yeah, Martin's dad. I thought Martin's dad was reaching out to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So ever since then, we've been glued to the hip. I don't even call you a friend. I always refer to Elizabeth Phillips as family. Your mom has been my mother. Your family is literally my family. So Elizabeth, thank you so much for being here. I've been looking forward to having you on here and on a said podcast for a very long time. Did not know when it was going to happen because she's not only a leader, she's literally a businesswoman as well. And as you know, people who runs business, time really is precious. And so thank you for taking the time to be here with us today, because there is a beautiful story in who she is today that I cannot wait for our viewers to, and even for us to hear.
Yes, thank you.
Exactly.
Wonderful. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And then we can begin with the
Yes, absolutely. So Elizabeth, first question is, take us back to who was little Elizabeth. Take us back to your childhood and what those moments were to you.
When I was very little, I lived on a farm, and then we moved to Mesquite, to the city. So first was the farm, then the city called Mesquite. My husband says I'm from the country because Mesquite had a rodeo. He's from Arlington, and Arlington, Mesquite had a rodeo, and I wore boots to school.
Yeah.
He was from Arlington, and they had Six Flags. So
Yeah.
it was very different. But growing up, I always loved being outdoors, and I always loved nature. So we always went to Galveston growing up. And for the summer or winter, we'd always go to the beach. And so we were an outdoors family that loved going to church, loved going to the beach. And then when I got to college, I kind of went toward the health industry. So it was kind of just a wonderful growing up.
I know that, like I said, your mom is my mom.
Yeah.
And she is so precious.
Yeah.
And she has been the anchor in your faith. I remember one day, now you share this because it's about you.
Yeah.
But I love that your mother has a prayer journal that was written to you and your brother.
Yeah.
And so I know that your mother was an anchor in just in how your faith has been shaped into today. Can you talk a little bit of that with us?
Yeah, I found one of my mom's prayer journals from 1982 recently, and I read the first page said, she prayed over my future family. And I was like 82. So I was born in 1977. I was real little. And she was already praying over my future family and my husband to be. So she was always a big prayer warrior. And I saw her always serving in our church and serving others. She's a hairdresser. And so I saw her always caretaking. That's the hospitality industry where you're always taking care of someone else. And so I grew up following her around, taking care of everyone else. And then my dad was a supervisor at his work, and my mom was a supervisor at her work. So they trained us to supervise as well.
Right.
So everywhere we went, we were little leaders. And I have a younger brother who became a Marine, so he could lead.
Wow.
And so I think that that's a real honor to have a brother that's a Marine. And then I went towards college and then drifted off a little. And my mom's prayers put me right back on the correct path. And then when I became a mom, I went straight to the church. It's like, all right, I need a Bible study. I need a prayer class. I'm going to do it the way I saw be done. And so I became a prayer warrior like the moment I got pregnant. And we knew. It's like, okay, her name is going to be Trinity. And everything shifts to where I want to be like my mom.
Yeah.
Wow. I am like my mom.
She is.
I'm almost 50. Wow. I'm a mom.
I love that because your
I just
mother.
realized that's funny. I did successfully become like my mom. Wow. Oh. That's what you're trying to say. Good job, Heather.
You beat me to it. But I always love hearing stories about your mom and being a hairdresser because she always said she ministered to people. People didn't come to get their hair fixed. They literally came to get their spirit fixed. She was always ministering to them, and you got to sit right with her through all of those things. I remember even one day you were like, hey, we need to hit layers in your hair. Come over. There was a period of time where anyone who needed haircuts, you guys would just have them come back to your home at the church and have your haircut. And I was like, that's a thing. People, that's a thing for what you
in our household. Community always coming to our house was how we lived. I didn't know other people didn't do that. Our house was the open door. And yes, on Sunday mornings, my mom would go to church with the listening ears and saying, who needs help? And she would hear a whole family, like 5 of them, and she'd hear the mom say to someone, no, we can't do that right now. And she'd say, hey, want to come over for lunch? Let me cut everyone's hair. Because she knew that they needed that. So we would do bartering. I got forest green carpet when I was in high school. Me and her love forest green. Oh my gosh. But I got carpet because she cut hair for a family, and this guy was a carpet guy. And then one time our commode, our toilet broke. And she cut hair and got us a free new toilet. Like these little stories I remember, like, well, we just bartered and we were community and we were raised that way. That's why we did Mesquite. We raised our families together.
So. For our viewers, you're going to catch this pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and just shine that light to you guys. Is that Elizabeth is thankful for every little thing. The bigger things that I've seen blesses you, of course you take them and you're like, I'm so thankful, like, thank you, God. But it's the smaller things that you really elaborate on. And I remember she will literally, thank God for my toilet paper, thank God for my washers. And then that put a pattern in my life where I also began to have gratification for the little small things. Because you kept there was a season we were always together, so I said, I need to be more thankful for this home, and then having more stewardship and just painting the little things because of how grateful you are for the smallest things in your life.
Well, that's leadership. Whenever I learned I was a leader and I took responsibility to lead, I thought, well, everything I do, I'm going to teach that. That's what I'm leading. Do exactly what I do. Here's how I pray. Here's how I thank God. Every day I find something to be thankful for, or I can just stay in my bed all day and not do anything. So there's a big shift. If you're closing off, then you're closing off where you could be having light with you and others. So it all goes back together.
I love that. You taught me those things.
You have to be grateful and then teach others to do the same, because then you're learning and growing together. Wow, we did that on purpose through 2019 and 2020.
Wow.
That's when we became grateful for groceries so much.
Oh, yes.
And do y'all remember the news said one time, as a community, we have learned to give groceries to one another. We used to drive around. Here, I got all this cereal. We drive around to people's house. Here, share this cereal with me, or like toilet paper. Man, I got it from Sam's. Y'all need some?
Right. Yes.
We'd call my mom. Let's meet halfway between our houses and be in a parking lot and share our stuff.
Yeah.
And literally, you'll pull up to my house and say, "Hey, we just got a pack of this from Sam's. Take half of this."
Yeah.
And I was like, again, that wasn't normal to me. Yeah. Like, you sure this is toilet paper? You know how much this stuff costs?
I know, but we were learning the Lord's Prayer, praying, give us this day our daily bread. And then literally, like, a friend of ours would drive up with a truck full of bread. And I'm like, no, I was just praying for bread. He's like, no, here's the bread. Like, remember, I provide. And then we're like, oh, well, let's just always thank him for our bread, and our AC. And I thank the Lord for my AC all the time.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm very curious. We don't talk about this often because we're always on the go.
Yeah.
But when was that moment for you when when you were saved, and that moment that changed everything for you? I know you were very young.
I was 7, and I was at an Awana program where you memorize scripture. So it was wonderful. I remember it was in a gym that became a church, and we went through Awanas, and I remember maybe just the second day after I memorized a little bit, I was like, yes, I know what this says, and I believe. And I want to get baptized right up there in front of everyone. So it was amazing. And then I was raised in a Christian home. Like, my dad would work all day, and then he would get the newspaper out, lay it on the floor, and the Bible out, and then he would lay there and read. And so I always saw that no matter how busy he was, he would lay and read the Bible on the ground. He would lay on his stomach and put it out, and he would just read. And then my mom was the one always actively busy doing all the church stuff and the VBS and all the things, taking us to. So now here I am taking my kids to all the VBS and all the things, and my husband's working full time. And he loves it that I have a place to belong and teach and lead, and my kids are safe, and he doesn't get to go because he works all the time.
Right.
But I saw that modeled in my own family growing up, that it's okay if one person can't be there. When you're there, it's all about you and your heart. It ain't about all the people you bring around you. So we've learned in our walk together to share those things, because I didn't have my husband right beside me in church. So I was like, cool, I need a best friend. Now this is all I needed, you know? And so that's been an honor in our ministry and our walk. Man, all of our talks has been a lot. You know me the mostest. Like you really do. Like all the behind the scenes. Wow.
I know that you make a huge impact, because every time I say your name, and your name is a very common name, Elizabeth. You at least know 5 people. But for some reason, everyone knows that this Elizabeth. Elizabeth Phillips. We all know Elizabeth Phillips, because you literally are not just a leader. You serve, because of you are a leader. You serve your community. And I mean, in and out, you're continuously serving. But thank you for taking us back to little Elizabeth, and who raised you, and how did you come to know the Lord? When I met you, we were literally running the Awana program.
My own kids, I wanted them to memorize scripture, because I still know Psalms 23 from learning it at age 7. Like, and now I'm understanding what it really means. But because I've lived it out all this time, I've had it on my heart. So memorizing scripture as a kid changes everything. And even in those times of wandering and drifting in the college fun years, I still knew scripture. I still prayed. And then, so to continue, as an adult, I got married, I had my first kid, and then I went and rededicated my life to the Lord. That was 2009. I got rebaptized as a dedication to fully surrender to the Lord. All my life, he was my savior.
Right.
And then this man, Dale Turns, asked me, well, is he master of your life? And I was like, he's my savior. He's like, oh no, he needs to be Lord and master. There's a big difference. I was like, oh, well, I want that. I want to fully surrender. And that's when the Lord called me to be a shepherd. And I was like, oh, I could do this. You got to help me.
But you being a shepherd came from a season in your life that we talked about little Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Can you just take us back to college, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I'm talking about the fun years.
I figured. So
I'll go back.
My road is like this. But well, thinking back, so I graduated high school a year early because I wanted to get away from all that. I felt more mature, and I already knew, like, I wanted to get going on my path. And I wanted to be in physical therapy, and I wanted to play volleyball. So I went to college. I graduated in 2 years with my associates, and I was like, cool, I'll go to the next college. I got this. And then I worked at Bennigan's for 10 years, and I was a server and a waiter, and then I trained all the other employees, and then I bartended. And then that became a habit of drinking every night after work, and I was serving drinks all day. So I became like a counselor. So I was still leading. And then all the wait staff that would want to drink after work, I would make them come back to my apartment to have them drink under my roof so I could take care of them and watch them. So I didn't know I was shepherding way back then, but I was always a leader, a mother bear that would take care of everyone around me. And so drinking a lot meant, well, fine, they're going to do it with me right here. I would wash everyone's clothes, iron everyone's stuff overnight, and then we'd all be at work the next day. But my mom didn't like that routine. So I remember pulling back away from her. I'm like, well, then I'm going to keep doing this. You know, I did that for 10 years. Not that habit, but just working in that industry for 10 years. And then I remember in that, drugs got brought into the bar, drugs got brought into the scene. I would kick that person out of our group. No, our group needs to stay safe. And then they came into where, okay, well, I'll try them and I'll lead and we'll do it together. And so, did I touch it?
Sorry. I think you naturally, we're
okay.
naturally loud.
Yes. Okay. So I thought if we were all going to do drugs, we were going to do them together, and I was going to do them too. So I knew how to take care of everyone else. So there I was leading again. So I would go to my mom and pull away a little bit more. My mom moved all the way to Maryland, so she didn't have to watch me drink a lot. I mean, that's not why, but she didn't have to see it. Yeah. We were not this close. Yeah. But then my dad always drank a lot too. So I'm like, let's live together. Right. I told my mom, or they got a divorce and my mom remarried, and I was like, I'll take my dad and I can change him. Well, no, we just drank more together. So that didn't help. And then I quit all my jobs and I quit going to school and veered off to like, well, my dad can just work hard and I'll just live off his money and I'll drink if I want and I'll do what I want. So it was just a season of not fulfilling any purpose. And my mom was way in Maryland. I'm like, just come back here, come back here. It was so long to get her to come back here. Well, now she finally lives right here. Yeah. I cleaned up. The Lord did that. He took away the guy I was dating, who was the bad influence. I got cleaned up with the lifestyle because I stopped being around those people. Right. So that was easy just to let them all go away. But then when I met my new guy, my husband now, he looked at me and saw a big wall. He's like, hey, I can help you. And I was like, no. Yeah. I didn't have emotions. I got a wall. But he said the next words, he was like, well, I would never hurt you. Like, the walls could come down. And I was like, wait. No one can love me right now. Like, let me shut that off. But he just stayed around until I was more in a happy situation, and then he just started loving on me. And I remember I was flying to Maryland to see my mom one time, and Jim is my husband's name. He came and found me at the grocery store, and I was buying stuff to take to Maryland. And he's like, let me pay for that for you. I was like, no, it's just stuff I'm taking for my mom. Oh, she needed an electric blanket. That's funny, I remember. He's like, let me buy it for you. And I was like, okay. So I got to Maryland. I'm like, this guy bought this stuff that I brought here. And she was like, well, I want to meet him. Get him to come up here. So I called him and he flew up there and met my parents, y'all. And then we flew back together and I went and introduced him to my dad. And he told my dad, I will never hurt her and I will take care of her. And my dad liked him instantly. And so it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna like go towards this path of like, let the wall down. I'm gonna be a real happy person again. It's gonna be great. And so the switch over was just letting the wall down and deciding, all right, I'm going to be lovable and love and not do all the chaos. Right. So the whole time I was in that season, though, I prayed every night forgiveness for what I was doing. And I knew the Lord forgave me. And then I did it again. And so there was a wrong way to think about forgiveness in that. You don't sin to say, thanks, I'm forgiven. That's not the right way. But my mom was praying the correct way the whole time over me to lead me right back to bowing before the Lord, saying, okay, now forgive me for my sins. And the real forgiveness comes when you turn away from what you used to do. So when I met my husband, we went toward that path of being clean and sober and healthy. And only 2 years later, I got pregnant. And I was like, thank you, Lord, that I never got pregnant before. Right. And I just thought I couldn't. Right. No, the Lord protected me. So I named my daughter Trinity. We thought, okay, we're just going to have one kid. We were happy. I'm content. I kept telling the Lord, I'm grateful. I'm content. I'm content. And then 7 years later, I had Faith. And I named her Faith. I was born in 1977, baptized at age 7. My girls are 7 years apart. They were baptized together on 7/27.
Wow.
So I have all these sevens that tie together in my life.
Okay.
Elizabeth, thank you. I'm so envious of everyone who gets to hear this story. This is my very first, over 10 years.
I haven't told you so much.
I know, I'm like, how dare, like, what? I'm literally listening, like, this is my first time. So beautiful, the details of your life, because I know, Elizabeth, who you are today. I know that the years of where God has brought you today. But even just thinking about you working at the bar, other things that you were doing previously, you were still the same Elizabeth. You were still serving. You were washing these people's clothes. You were protecting others around you.
Oh my gosh, washing clothes. Here we are.
Yeah,
All these
I
years
know.
later.
Yeah.
Washing each other's clothes.
Okay. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I told. I'm not, sorry, Kim.
Well, when you're a servant, you do wash people's feet. And that means clothes.
Yeah. Well, I did a load for Kim. I said, Kim, bring whatever you need. She's like, no. But you guys, when our dry washer closed, and we were a family of 4, I remember she literally would have beat my door down.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you're not taking and wasting your money at the the laundromat. Bring me your clothes. You washed it for us for like 2 weeks, I think, before we were able to replace all of our clothes, the dirty drawers, everything. She was like, bring the dirty ones, bring it, because the first 2 loads, I hit those ones.
Yeah.
No, I prayed over it. When I washed Antonio's pants, I prayed over him at work. So, wow.
And then you were the one that said,
I
hey,
can't believe I prayed over laundry. Wow. Yeah.
And then
We got free washers all the time. Yeah.
gratitude.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true. Yes.
Sorry. I just want to say what a blessing it is to have a friend who is so intentional, who's so purposeful, who does everything with purpose and just praying over everything, even laundry. We growing up with Edner, and even the time when we left and we were no longer attending the same church.
When they left to shepherd another church, that's when I met you.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
And
cool.
so, and
Yes.
but
I did hear about you lots.
yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm about
Glad
to say.
to meet you finally.
Yeah. During that time, Edna would always tell us about this friend. And it's so funny because that conversation you brought up earlier where a friend had helped you during a time when you were feeling very anxious and letting you know, hey, maybe you're anxious because you're not praying enough, you're not talking to God. I remember you telling me that conversation because we were like, ouch, that hey, there's some truth there. That's the shoe fits. And so it's so funny to come here together to be doing life with that friend, Elizabeth, and we were we didn't know it, but we were already doing life together through you. Like just the stories that you shared with her, even the reason we're here in Dos Amores right now today. Yes, this is the reason. And so, Edna, I'll let you share how this all came to be. Yes.
How cool.
Yes. It was winter. Winter is coming up. And as you know,
you're outside.
yeah, me and Kim are one of the, we're all part of it, but me and Kim are the instructor for Little Champs Academy, which are a homeschool co-op. And since winter was approaching, we were like, okay, we need to stop meeting at the park for the reasons of making sure our children were safe and not sick, right? And it just so happened we were in the conversation, we need to find a place. Time is coming up. We need to, all the things that comes with business. Yeah. And I just so happened to call you. We were talking, and as I brought that up to you, you said, oh, I know someone, Ricky, I'll contact you. And I'm like, because I'll contact her and let you know, you guys can use this area in the restaurant. I remember thinking, it sounds like a yes already. I'm like, wait, hold on. I don't know Ricky. There's no connection between me and Ricky. Ricky's going to give us a place? Yeah. Is Ricky going to give us a place? Really? Is it that simple? Like, I don't know her. It felt very like, there's no way she's going to let a bunch of strangers.
It was matter of fact.
Yeah. a bunch of strangers and their 10 children coming at a time I had no idea. Yeah. But within the seconds, you literally sent me a message with Ricky connected and said, hey, my friend needs a place. Can she come? This is her schedule. And Ricky's just said, yes, come. You guys are more than welcome to come here to Dos Amores Tex-Mex. And so since then, because of the connection through you, our Little Champs has a place that we literally can call home.
It's amazing.
That is amazing.
The connections and the friendship we have in this community matter. And when you need something, you just reach out to someone else that has it and you connect the dots. But I realized that not everyone knows how to do that.
Yeah.
And then studying scripture, it's clear we all have different gifts. I'm a shepherd, which means I make connections.
Yes.
I bring all the sheep together.
Exactly.
So I can see someone that says, oh, I need a place. And you were like, I've asked 3 places. Like,
Yes.
and I'm like, 1 second. Ricky, I need the sunroom. Thank you very much. Can I have the sunroom? She's like, what time? You know? Yes, of course. We're not even open at that time. I'm like, yeah, perfect. Like, I can't believe you're here before everyone even comes.
I know.
That's amazing. So it's family. They welcomed you in as family. And that's what they did to me for my new business. When we started our new business, we got to paint here as one of our first paint parties. And Ricky and everyone said, well, you could just have it anytime. Let us know and we can add community. Like, we're just going to add family.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Something that I am so touched by hearing your story thus far is just hearing about how you grew up watching your mom, you know, her as the example, taking people home, using her gifts as a hairdresser and using that skill to bless others in their life, those that were going through whatever trials they were going through. And, you know, hairdresser, that line of work, it's so personal because you're in their personal space and you're touching them and you're handling something that's so significant. You know, our hair, that's your face, that's your image. And so to have someone tenderly loving onto somebody going through something like that, taking care of them, listening to them, sharing life together with them, and just in that way saying, I see you, I see what you're going through, and I'm here. What a beautiful thing to grow up witnessing as a child. You know, whether you understand it or not as a kid, what's really taking place. But then growing up and I see that was instilled in you, even in your wandering years, when you went up and you were still doing the same thing. You're hey, okay, everybody drink at my house. We're gonna party at my house, and I'm gonna iron your clothes. I'm gonna wash it, iron your clothes, and we'll be at work together tomorrow and clock in on time. And
no one ever got fired.
because of you. And so that's just so beautiful to me, seeing that in you, that it didn't matter what you were doing in life, that's always been you, that is truly who you are. That's shepherding.
So let me tell y'all, my daughter, Trinity, just got accepted to Iowa Western Community College with a full ride.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
So now I'm going to be the prayer woman that sends my kid far away.
Yeah,
And I have to pray that she has seen an example in me to follow. Wow. That's another big prayer. Okay, pray with me. My kid's going to Iowa.
Yes.
She is. Sorry, her daughter is very fragile, tall, but she's a wrestler. She can take anyone down.
Okay.
Yes.
We're not worried about
She got a wrestling
I'm not worried about her.
wrestling scholarship.
Her name is Trinity, and she graduated from Trinity. Trinity from Trinity, and she is got a wrestling scholarship.
Wow.
So,
Yes.
I have to
Okay,
say
that's
yes.
amazing.
She can go to Iowa. I mean,
Yes. Okay. She can handle herself. Okay. And exactly. It's for mom. But just like mom said, you know, whenever she went off to college and working her job and, you know, going off the path, and she eventually came right back on, you know, through your mother's prayers. And at the same time, your mom setting that example, because, you know, the same thing with the verse, training up a child in the way he should go. So when he is old, he will not depart from it. And surely you came right back. And I'm sure Trinity, she's seen your examples, you know, so she's that we can have confidence in knowing that truth, that they will, the way we train them, that they will stay on the path. So, but thank you again, Elizabeth, just for taking the time to sit here with us, talk with us, catch up. And I just want to say, I love you so much, Elizabeth. I really do love you so much. You know, all through Edner, everything Edner's been telling us before we even met you, to meeting you, and then our connection for Dos Amores to be our home for our little champs in the foundation. And it all came from you. And we couldn't have done this, you know, had this opportunity to be here if it wasn't for making those connections. So thank you so much, Elizabeth.
You're welcome.
Our little
You're
champs
welcome.
is literally like home.
They love it here.
They love it here. Yeah. Even right before we started recording this podcast, and Elizabeth was, telling, because we have Maria here, Anna's daughter, with us, so she's here behind the
Our
camera.
tech.
Yes, and then Elizabeth was telling her, just move the chair and the table, make yourself at home. Like that's exactly what Dos Amores is for us. It's literally like home. We come and we're like, it's literally our second home.
Yeah.
So
It's
thank
my
you,
home
Elizabeth.
too. Now we're all
Yes,
family. You're right.
exactly.
All right, Elizabeth.
Okay.
You mentioned it earlier when you met your husband and you had Trinity. You had to tell us, because I remember you telling me when I had my daughter, I knew that I had to go back to church. There's no other way to raise my daughter.
Yeah.
What season was that for you?
When I first fell in love with my husband, I was instantly happy again. So I knew, right, this is the Lord's will, because I let those walls down. So I asked my husband, let's go to church. I want to find my old youth pastor from when I was a kid. I want to go find where he's at and go to church. So we started going to church in an old bank building, because that happened to be where he was at. And I asked him to marry us, and he did counseling with us, and it was wonderful. And then he said, right after we got married, he's like, and I'm closing the church. Like, I just found where I'm going. So I was pregnant, and I remember he was closing, and I'm like, gosh. So my husband decided to move us to Arlington. So I wrote the pastor that baptized me at age 7. And his name is Harlan, and I wrote him on Facebook, and I said, where should I go to church? Now I'm married, I have a kid, I want to be where the Lord wants me. I want a Bible-based church. Yes. Or Baptist Bible, And he's like, well, this one little church called Mid-Cities Bible Church, it's over there by Walmart, go find it, go there. And he said, don't tell anyone yet, but I'm in the running to be pastor there. Oh, I was like, I will go, I will hurry. So I went to Mid-Cities Bible Church. I came in with my kid. She was like less than 1 or 1. And I remember handing her to the nursery worker, and it was an elderly lady, and I just loved her right from the beginning. She's like, let me have that child. I was like, yay, this is great. And she was like, come back every Tuesday for Bible study, and I'll watch her again. I was like, yes, now I've got 2 days a week I can go to this church. And then my old pastor didn't get to be pastor. He went to Colorado and got chosen there. And so the pastor that came in was perfect for me, because I got to be brand new at this church with a new pastor. And then, of course, I went up to all the elders and all the leaders and got to know the leaders, and then went to the leaders' Sunday schools, and then they asked me, come join ladies ministry and help lead. It's like, all right, I want to lead Bible study. So it was pretty quick that I went in and found all the elders of the church and then followed them around. Like, I want to do whatever you're doing. Thanks. And they were like, come on. And they loved it that I brought my daughter, and we would come to church first and early. And while the band was warming up, Trinity would run around on the front row dancing, as a baby. And so I would just love it that we were safe there. And guess what? They had forest green carpet. So one time, a little old lady, she was in her 90s, and she spilled her coffee on the front row. She always sat on the front row, and she spilled her coffee. And I remember telling one of the elders, I'll come clean it this week. I have a carpet cleaner. I can clean that up. And he's like, okay, we'll let you. We don't have a carpet cleaner. We just have vacuums, whatever. So I remember coming up there, and I was cleaning, and I was singing, and I was the only one around. And it's forest green carpet, my favorite to vacuum and get the perfect vacuum lines, And I remember just singing away, and I told the Lord, I'd love to work at a church. Man, this would be awesome to work here. And then quickly I was like, but I don't have any training for that. I was going into healthcare. I was going into physical therapy and coaching and all this stuff. I had no ministry something. And not even a few months later, the children's ministry lady quit. She took me to lunch, and she said, I pick you to be the next children's director. And I was like, I don't even know. What? Like, I didn't go to ministry school. And she's like, no, but I see you lead, and you're leading women's ministry. Would you like to lead the whole kids ministry? And I said, yes. And my husband said, yes, go do that. So in that time that I was children's ministry director, I got an office, like a little nameplate, like slide thing on the door, and then there was 150 kids in all the classes. There was like 50 volunteers that I ran through all the classes. So everyone only taught once a month. That's how many volunteers I had. You could just rotate once a month. So it was all blessed by the Lord, but then it was all shepherding. It was all leading. It was all coaching that I had all this health background. Well, it was needed because I had like 7 kids that were allergic to nuts.
Wow.
So I needed all that health background anyway to take care of them safely. So it was really neat how the pastor that baptized me sent me to this church. I went there and got to work there. And then I'll tell y'all when I left there, we had changed names. We had changed pastors. I was still working there. And the new pastor like cut out all the things that made community. And then he hurt my heart and my passion where I didn't want to talk to people. Can you imagine me not wanting to talk to people as the director? I remember someone asked me a question. I was like, I don't even care. And they were like, something's wrong with you. You know, and I was like, I need rest. And then I had got pregnant with Faith, and I was really big. And I worked up to 28 weeks. And then I moved and had her the day I moved. So I quit work, and then I went back to work with her. And I was happy again. And I took her to work with me. And then they hurt my heart again. My passion was just taken away. I was like, I'm all done. I don't want to lead people anymore. So then that's when I went to Cross City and just kind of hid in a giant church. And it's like, cool, just feed me. I need a rest. So I went and rested. And then they's like, okay, come and work in children's ministry. I was like, no. So I went and taught ladies first, ladies Bible study, and then slowly was healed enough to go right back into children's ministry. So here I am in children's ministry, teaching the word all the time, every week. I love it. And very healthy.
Oh my goodness.
I know, long story. It had more forest green carpet. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We love forest green. That's hilarious. I didn't know it's throughout my whole life like this. Okay.
And so when coming back to Cross City, Elizabeth, first of all, I can't even imagine you're a stranger there.
Oh yeah, me too.
I can't even.
I know.
How dare you want to sit back there and just ignore?
Yeah.
Because when I met you, literally, I thought you ran the church ministry when I met up with you.
Wow.
I didn't know. I didn't.
Yeah.
Because you were already.
I went to teach the word, and then I always automatically just start leading and hanging out with whoever the pastor is. So whatever situation I'm in, I find the leader and I lead with them or assist them or help them or take over. I mean, and I don't do it on purpose. It's instinctive in me.
Yes,
I can walk. I can walk in a room. I didn't know everyone couldn't do this. Do you think in your brain, let me walk in a room and make someone feel special and then walk in and look for them and then go to them and encourage them? That's how I live every day. And I didn't know other people didn't do that. Like,
I definitely am a witness to that. I've seen and experienced it from you myself, and I love it. I love your energy. And it just makes sense that even in your hurt, even in your wandering, even in all those different seasons and times in your life, you still naturally serve shepherd. You still find yourself in that place. Even you sharing about going to Cross City, and I'm going to sit in the back and you guys feed me because I'm tired. And before we even started recording, you shared about how when you took your daughter and you saw the worship time that they had, and you were like, I want to do that. I want to do that with the kids. And it's like, because that's who you are. Yes. Aside from everything else, that's who you are. That's who you naturally are. And it's a joy for me to see. I could not imagine. It would be a disservice to humanity if you were not operating in your gifts. You are a true, like your energy introduces you before you walk into the room. And you really bring joy and life. Yesterday we had the HEB Chamber of Commerce had their ballads. We had an event here at Dos Amores where everyone had a karaoke song and we had a competition, and it was just so fun. And Elizabeth definitely opened up the
Yes.
room and gave permission for everyone to just let loose,
Exactly.
come and have fun. She
Yeah.
taught Kim how to do the two-step.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it showed me I had 2 left feet.
Yeah, right.
My feet are sore.
And so that's exactly who you are, you know, everywhere you are. And I love that it doesn't change depending on the environment, that you truly just shine that way. The first time that I met I've been hearing about Elizabeth for years now. Years. I remember when Edna told me about a woman who she shared about a woman that she saw on Facebook praying over the church building before going in, praying over the service, praying over everyone that's coming to the church. And I always pictured what that woman would look like, not knowing I would have the honor of meeting her in person myself, and then sharing our lives together and doing life together. And so the first time I met her, she came and did a painting event for the kids, for the little champs. And that was the first time I got to meet Elizabeth and her mom.
Yes.
And instantly I was like, this is her thing.
Yes.
This is her thing. Like, human connection, working with people, talking to children. And I remember when we came, my father and I, we had to work that day, so we weren't able to stay.
Yeah.
But I know Elizabeth's mom was like, I promise you have time. Just sit down. Just take a moment. You know, just paint one thing. And guys, it was my favorite. I had more fun than the kids that day.
Yes, we literally had so much fun. As soon as we walked in, Elizabeth and her mom
forgot she
already
was an
had
instructor that day.
Yeah, I definitely sat down and enjoyed and painted. Okay, she had everything set up for us, from the aprons to cover us so we don't get paint on ourselves, to the canvases and all the different paint colors, brushes, different types of brushes, and she already had everything cut out of what we were gonna make. So it truly was so much fun. We really enjoyed our time. We really did.
It's so therapeutic.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah, just taking that. You don't really realize how beautiful that is, just to take that moment and put paint to canvas.
Especially with the busyness, it was like like a breath of fresh air.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's exactly who you are personified.
Yes.
Is that. And so this is truly, I love. Every time we do something and Elizabeth's in it, I know we're gonna have a good time.
It's gonna be fun.
Always. Right, exactly.
Thank you. Awesome.
And I know, like, just to add on to that, it's not even just a painting, because anyone can do that.
Yeah,
you know how many painting businesses out there?
Right, yeah.
It's the, like you already said, it's the energy that you guys give off, where you can actually, when Elizabeth tells you don't worry, I'm not worried. I'm not, when she says, relax, I got it. You got it. Because I'm someone who naturally helps. It's hard for me not to help.
Yeah.
And so when I've learned through you that when you got it, I'm like, oh, I can really sit here. And so that is what you give off when you are bringing your business, when you which is by Paint by Designs. And so that's the reason why they were able. That's why Kim forgot she was an instructor that day. That's why Anna was like, wait, I do have time. Okay, let me not go and work. I can do this. It's because of who you guys are, and it just showed through.
Yeah. Art is transformative, and it gives you a clarity break, and it gives you peace. And all the times that in my life that I've had anxiety, I noticed that I journal in colors. And so I can look back at my prayers in colors and see my anxiety come out, and then color through it to heal.
Yeah.
And so it's nice now that we have a business that I'm showing my journals, like stuff I painted to heal when I left that church and I stopped working as the director, and I went home, and then I didn't have hundreds of people to lead. I colored in my journal and colored and colored. And that's when I found forgiveness and forgive others. And I forgave myself for quitting something that I loved. And then the Lord healed me and put me on a new path. He's like, well, you still have ministry to do. Oh, okay. But you can heal first and then do it again.
Right.
And so the Lord's always taken me through seasons of anxiety using art and using color and using his word. And so I journal in my Bible. And Bible journaling, I have a Bible for 10 years now I've colored in. And I brought it right into my business. So Paint by Designs is my own business. So I'm able to share my faith. I'm able to share my Bible. I'm able to lead devotionals saying, here's how to pray through anxiety. Let's paint together. And, you mentioned your anxiety. I had a lot of anxiety, and I had to pray through it. And that's how I knew to help Edna when she said I had anxiety. I'm like, oh, I've been there. I showed her, here's my anxiety prayers. Here you go. Here's what it looks like when I poured out my heart and like colored in tears. And so it was like, do this, color in tears, or write this down. I'm writing this today. This is helping me. So we went through anxiety together a lot. I mean, like through COVID, we hit the anxiety at the same time, trying to care for our families and like just making sure they survived. And we were in survival mode. So we had to flip that to thrive. And we learned together to stand strong, to stand. Oh, we learned to stand. We had words of the year. And every time I hear her word, I still cry. Every time I hear you say stand, I'm like, oh, we did that together. You know, like my word was anchor for 2 years because I had it for 1 year. And then the next year I asked the Lord for a new word. He's like, no, you didn't really get this. So anchor is again, like I wanted you to anchor into me and you thought it was anchor all. And, you know, so I learned a lot through us doing our life together.
That was such a season during COVID, and you really set that tone for me. Your home in that community, I'm going off, sorry, but your home in that community was one of the few that was on.
Yeah.
Everybody else that I knew of or around us, their lights were off, and that was a really hard season. And looking back, I'm not sure if I ever told you this, but God kept your light on because you were the one who was praying for everybody. Every single day, she would send me a message, this home needs this the home, and then pray with me. Like every single day, during the day, you will list families who needed help. And they're meeting at this church. Pray for this church that they have enough people for the family. This one has babies.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's by themselves. You knew every detail that was going on. Yeah.
I put out chalk in my driveway and I had kids every day out there coloring together. Gosh, remember I had to go buy paper plates, 600 paper plates so they could paint plates. Wow. So I forgot we shepherded the whole neighborhood during that time. Like we became community in a different way. Wow.
And then now, everything that you do.
Painting here. I'm painting. I was painting and wow, the Lord just put it right together. I just realized. I was painting with neighbors during COVID. We bought plates, the 600 pack of Sam's. Yeah. We just only started this last year. Wow. So our paint business, we started January last year because I was at a work that I got anxiety and I quit to be home and be with my family. So we started our own business. I'm like, I'm not working for another man. I'm going to work for myself. So we created our own thing and we trailblazed the way for our business. And then we went right out in the community and said, all right, this is where we want to be, our community. So I don't go out and try to find like strangers to paint with. I just say, hey, want to paint tomorrow? Yeah, you do. I know you do. And they're like, yeah, I do.
I think I do.
Yes. And how many people can you bring? So it really is that easy. I want people to just want to be with me. So I made a way to just bring all the stuff to host whatever I need. Wow, that's all the Lord. Wow.
Just seeing that the full picture and just seeing you buying paper plates. So
I can't
to
believe
paint.
that.
And the neighborhood kids coming. Yes. The neighborhood kids coming and painting, not even knowing Paint by Design is coming in the
I can't
near
believe
future.
that. Yeah.
That has always been there.
Paint by Designs created in 2020 with toilet paper and paper plates.
There you go. Wow. Wow. And how did Paint by Designs, how did that name come to?
We wanted it to be simple, that we bring the design and teach you to paint it. And so it's like a coloring book, and that's easy to teach from. We put the designs and then teach you step by step so that you learn, and then you can paint something when you leave all by yourself because you learn something. So we wanted to bring arts and education, not just let's do an event thing. No, it's all about the art and education behind it. Wow. Because then that's that teacher way back to my degree, is teaching in arts and education, and I mean health and kinesiology, arts and science. So it all ties together to teaching.
I never knew that health could go hand in hand with art, but I see that it does.
It's clarity break. Oh, we're even painting with Alzheimer's patients, y'all, and we're painting with people that need occupational therapy, and my mom got her art therapy certification so we could add that into our business. So we have a friend who has a husband and he has Alzheimer's and he's at a place, and we'll go in and take all our paint supplies and set it all up, and he comes out and he remembers painting.
Wow.
So he sketched his wife last time we met.
Oh.
He's like, he said, I just want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn the camera off.
He said, I just want to. Well, let me just wait till I tell you who it is. Wait till I tell you who it is. So he said, I just want to paint my wife. I told you last time you were here, and last time I was there, I painted a lighthouse with him. Okay, the lighthouse. So he said, I told you I wanted to paint my wife. So I took a picture of her and I put my phone in front of him, and he watched it and sketched. It's Jean Choice. Oh, I love Jean Choice. So
was the one who sponsored our.
She sponsored your picture party. Yeah,
Choice.
First Choice Travel.
Yes.
So when I met Jean Choice the first time, like we hugged, and then she was like, I like you. And I was like, I like you too. I'm a prayer warrior. She's like, I'm a prayer warrior. I'm like, yeah, we're going to know each other forever. And then I posted something on Facebook, and Edgar's like, how do you know Jean? I know her. I'm like, oh, how neat. How do you know her?
Also, Jean Choice her daughter is my sister's best friend.
Yeah.
Yes. Childhood best friends since high school.
Yeah.
When my sister moved here from North Carolina, she started coming to Trinity High School, and she met Jean's daughter there, and they've been best friends ever since. So when I saw her picture, I never saw her much. I just always saw her daughter, but she would come a little bit here and there. But when she started her business with travel, what was
First Choice Travel.
First Choice Travel, then she was talking about the chambers and stuff to me, probably twice. And both times we're literally going in and out of the grocery stores when I met her. And so not knowing couple years down that you were going to join the chambers, first of all, have a business, get connected to chambers, and then us having a party with chambers last night. There's all the things are like you're saying, all the connections are connecting.
Yeah. Jean Choice said just ask anytime she needs to sponsor something. She loves helping the community. So she sponsored their paint party. So we were going to donate that for Little Champs because we love serving. Imagine that. Me and my mom serving together. And then I sat by Jean one day and I was like, hey, I'm about to paint with them. And she's like, oh, that's wonderful. I said, I'm donating it. She goes, oh, no, I'll support it. How much do you need? And then she just handed me a wad of cash. I was like, thanks so much. She's like, ask me again, ask me often. So, we need to include community when we're doing something. And it's not because we needed the money, or it's not because y'all couldn't pay for this. It was because we wanted to serve. And then the Lord said, oh, but here's a blessing.
Yes.
And Jean's like, wow, I got to serve a homeschool.
Yes.
And she's traveling on a cruise going, wow, look at the painting, like she was really on a cruise the day I was painting. And I was sending her pictures like, thanks for this, So that's community. That's what we're doing as family. And she knew her. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm going to know her forever. She's a prayer warrior like me.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, definitely the shepherding gift that you have, because all of those connections, every time Edna introduces us to someone, they already know Elizabeth. Yeah. I'm like, we'll just go to Elizabeth. She's the yellow pages.
Exactly. What you need next.
Exactly. With your whole entire life is just a story of servitude. From everything that I've heard in church, and then even here later in your life in church, even stepping away and going back to finding a place in church and immediately serving again. Do you believe serving others is connected to discovering purpose?
Yes. Because when you get outside yourself is when you get your purpose. You can't have purpose if you're not serving. I wrote down in my journal one time, open the curtains, let the light in. Get out of your room, get out of yourself. And I'll always remember that journal page because I was in a dark season. I really did have all the curtains drawn. I didn't want to be around people. And the Lord was like, open the curtains. And I wrote down, open the curtains. And I literally went over, open the curtains. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Let me open a little bit more, let the light in. So I think that all of it ties together so well that your purpose comes when you step out and do anything to serve someone else. Wow. And it could really just be a text to see how someone is. That's the start. If you just check on others.
Wow, I love that. Get over yourself. Get over yourself.
Step out of yourself. Yeah.
Open the curtains. Let the light in. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll show
yeah,
you my journal
exactly.
page.
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
I've seen her journal page,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
once I know this is live right now, but once we clip it, I would love to share pictures from
Oh,
your
sure.
journal
Yes.
page because
Sure, I
it
could do
is
that.
beautiful, and you can really, as I flip through those pages, I really see the seasons where you were. Some are every inch of the page is covered, and
Yeah.
then some it's just like a beautiful anchor and
Yeah.
or the lighthouse, and I really love that your story is in those pages. Yeah, it's beautiful. I never knew of Bible journaling until you
Yeah.
introduced me to it.
Yeah.
Very much. Very much. I came
Yeah.
to your class.
Yeah.
Yes.
May 8th is the last one.
May 8th. Okay,
9
and it's
to
a
10.
Friday.
9 to 10. Y'all could do that and then come right here.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
It's
That's what I did the
community.
last time. May 8th.
Yeah.
It's
May
a Friday,
8th, come to
9
Bible
to 10.
journaling. Yes.
And you can just pull up by yourself. You don't need to bring anything.
Yeah.
You don't need to
I'll
bring
bring all the
anything.
supplies.
Elizabeth has everything there for you. Like Edna said, when she says don't worry, literally don't worry.
Yeah.
She has everything there for you. All you have to do is come. And I had such a good time. It was
Thanks.
really it was like filling my cup.
Yeah.
Being there. I didn't expect to feel so good, and but I had a wonderful time. So I would love to encourage anybody who's going. We're going to be there. So please come May 8th, Friday, 9 to 10. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't, it was my first time because I gave you a journal. I gave her a Bible to write on, and you were just so relaxed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot we
that's
had things to
awesome.
do after. I wanted to just stay in that moment. Yeah. It was beautiful. Yeah. I love that. That's definitely something that I want all my friends to come to because you need to be there. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes.
And Elizabeth does such a beautiful job walking us through the Lord's Prayer and just explaining how to apply that in our day to day. And even the examples you gave that day about the washer.
Yeah.
And yes. And so just being there, it was an encouragement to me. So can't wait for May 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I always tell people it's really hard sometimes to bring you into some things I'm doing because Elizabeth doesn't waste time.
Nope.
Yeah.
And when you meet her, your purpose will be revealed. I think I've told you this one time.
Yes,
You do not share your dreams with Elizabeth.
Because they'll come true.
They will come true. Okay, so there's no anxiety or fear
No,
here.
no.
Okay, and that's because of the light within you. But it's every time, and when I met you and you began to know me a little bit more, I kid you not, she would yell my name across the room, like Enner. Oh, Enner does that. Enner, come over here, over here, over here. So that was really what helped me grow over time. And I love that. Your mother as a hairdresser, you watching her grow and connecting with people and serving people, and was no different with what you were doing also at the bar.
But you don't know when I met you, I knew you were a shepherd. You just didn't know it. And I've been training you to shepherd and lead, and you're leading now. Good job. Congratulations. You're a shepherd. Hey, Edna, you're a shepherd. See, now I can tell you. Yeah,
You guys,
saw it
I
at
would
the
say,
beginning.
I would tell her my ideas. No, you're a shepherd. I would tell her all my other dreams. Nah, you're a shepherd.
Yeah. We have learned to lead together. I didn't lead alone. You have been right beside me. That's why I'm a good leader, because we've been sharing. I can't lead alone, and you can't lead if no one's following. So you have taught me just as much as I've taught you. You're a really good wife, and I love that about you. You're a really good mom. I love that about you. I was telling my friends last night when you were singing, "That's my best friend." And then I got to tell my friend that I was standing with, he has a daughter that has special needs, and she learned to ride a bicycle at age 13. And I told him last night that you've been training your kiddo to ride a bicycle. And he's so proud of you. Like, like this connection I have with people is deep. And that man I was talking to last night was my missionary from 20 years ago.
Wow.
He was in Papua New Guinea, and I was praying for him. And when his daughter was in the womb, they knew she would have special needs. And they were praying, should they stay in Papua New Guinea and still serve, or should they come home? I was praying with them for that prayer. And so it was neat to dance with them last night and hear him sing. And y'all are like, who's that guy? Well, that's my missionary. Like,
Him, it was the guy that you said, hey, I think he works at Hearst.
yeah, he's the Hearst City Council.
the
His
first guy
name
who
is
shared with
John
yes,
Miller,
yes.
and he's the Hearst City Council. But he's my missionary, and he has a kid that I mean, like, we know her. She was in our church with us. So I was like, that's Priscilla's dad, you know. So it's
And
just neat, all the connections. That's my missionary from when I was at Mid-Cities Bible Church in Awanas. We wrote him letters when I was teaching my Trinity Awanas. He was our missionary. And then he's still translating the Bible right now. He goes and translates the Bible. In Papua New Guinea, they have over 800 languages.
Yeah.
And so the Bible's being translated and going out in all those different languages. So it's amazing to talk with them last night here in the chamber, part of the chamber. And I'm like, you're my missionary. You know? So that's pretty cool. All these ties together is amazing. I mean,
And it takes special people like you to understand how small things like riding, like a child on a spectrum riding a bike, how a big thing that is. That little small thing is a big victory to families like ours. So it takes special people like you to. I remember in the beginning, I used to say, I can't come because Elias. And you literally, one of the meetings, you said, bring him. We just had him in the background running around. It's okay.
Yeah, bring him.
Yeah. And at that time, I didn't know he was on the spectrum. But you're like, no, let him play. It's fine. And so you taught me and I do that now with people. I'm like, let your kids run around. Children needs to be children, okay? If they're not acting like children, something is wrong.
Have grace.
So, Elizabeth, for the viewers and for us, and I know this message would come so beautifully from you. If someone feels like their life has been taking too many detours, what would you say to them today?
Let me mentor you side by side. I will show you my planner and we will plan together. I will show you my prayers and we will pray together. And then I will help you see that you can have a path right back to the Lord or right back to your family, that there's never a lost cause, that we can come back from rock bottom. I've hit rock bottom several times in my life. And the way that's back up is reaching out to other people and letting them help you out. And so I'm always there for someone and I'm always able to mentor. And it's so crazy. People won't ask me. They think I'm too busy. I'm not busy. I just love people. So I'm open to mentor others. And what I do is just show you exactly how I live. There's nothing, I don't need a book. Let me just show you what I do. I shop at Sam's. I'm going to teach you to shop at Sam's. You've got to buy toilet paper to last months. Don't just buy every week, tiny portions. I mean, we've learned so much just together doing life that we can teach others, right? Don't you teach everyone to shop at Sam's?
That's right.
There's a yes. There's a yes.
I'm ashamed. I just started buying toilet paper from Sam's.
Oh, and but like for real, plan your work and work your plan. And so if you have no plan, that's just called chaos. If you just make a little plan, make one goal, write it down. Then when you reach that goal, make a check mark and you feel successful. If that's all you can do to get up and take a shower, and that's all you can do, write it down, check it off, feel successful. And then always be grateful for something. Every day, find something to be grateful for. And the way that helps your heart is telling someone else that you're grateful for something. Then you've blessed yourself and blessed them. Speaking it out loud helps heal you. So that's what I tell everyone. And I've noticed so many people are telling me what they're grateful for now. Like I have people texting me, I saw a yellow car. I'm grateful today for this. You know, like, okay, yes, there's a yellow car challenge. If you see a yellow car, you're supposed to think of something you're grateful for and then tell someone or text someone what you're grateful for about them. And so it's a challenge because yellow cars are rare. Yeah. But I really like Bumblebee. So I always look for those Bumblebee cars, you know, Transformers. But I always remember to pray for someone and be grateful at the same time. So I usually text a prayer or text a scripture to uplift someone. And now people are texting me yellow cars all the time. And so it's just really awesome. It's kind of a way to spread joy and spread, to spread that gratitude.
you answered everything that I was going to, because these questions are like, what kind of impact do you leave in your community, or what do you want people to feel or experience when they encounter you? And you're already doing all these things. You're answering all these things, but like Anna said earlier, your character already speaks for yourself before you even open your mouth. It's like we see it. We see you serving before you even say hello. And so thank you, Elizabeth, for just being you. In the season of my life when you taught me how to journal, this is way before Paint by Design. When I first met you, you're like, write it down. And that planner is literally my favorite planner to this day. And everything in that planner that I wrote back in 2021, it was a foreshadowing into today. And I'm like, and I thank God. I thank God that I did listen. I think you forced me to buy that journal. Or you gave it to me. I'm not sure.
She also wrote a book now. So we've been practicing writing for months and years. Yes, we were practicing your writing. Stand forward.
That's why I said, do not tell her your dreams, because you're the first person that I said that I wanted to write a book. And you were like, okay, do it.
Today. Get started.
And
here
you go.
Yay.
Yes.
I'm really, really proud of you.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that word of advice and word of encouragement with anyone that may be walking through a season that may have looked like, some of the seasons that we've all had, I'm sure, in our life. And what I love that you said was that the advice you said was, talk to me. I'll walk alongside you through those days. I'll open the curtains for you. Let's let the light in. Let's take a look and see what we're grateful for today. Let's write one thing down. Let's check it off. Let's feel good about that. Let's share that good feeling with others and spread that thankfulness and gratitude, and just having that attitude of gratitude. And you really sharing some really good practical, because you're saying, I'm going to just show you what I'm doing in my life. And what I love about that is because everything you've shared, it's who you are. We see that. We feel that. That comes across. And so you really are living this out. You're so purposeful and intentional in everything that you're doing. Just knowing about you before meeting you, just hearing about, the paper plates for the kids in the neighborhood, putting chalk out for the kids to come and color, pulling up to Enner's house to take her laundry, especially the dirty one that Enner, it's like everything. Just doing anything, you don't have to be a millionaire to serve people. You don't have to have all the resources, but you have connection. And like you said, I'm not busy. I love people. I want people to want to hang out with me, to want to come and, hey, let's paint together. Let's do this thing together. And
she's about to paint soon.
She is. She's going to bring a lot of people with her. Yes. And so, and just seeing that you use every single everything as a connection to serve people and meeting them where they are. And what I love is that all your connections are lifelong connections. We hear about the missionary that you were praying for, his child, the one that was here on the dance floor yesterday. And just seeing how these connections.
It was funny. And then there's like, who's that guy?
That's
my friend. Like, what do you mean? That's my missionary. He's a city council. It's like, it's just my friend.
I was here watching you just work the room and talking to everyone. And I was like, Elizabeth literally knows everybody here, including us. And so that was a beautiful thing to see. What I love is that what you're sharing is not just some quote that you read or something that sounds good. It really is your life lived out. And so this is so precious, and everything that it's like, we've struck gold. And I love when I meet somebody who's operating within their lane, in their gifts, in their purpose, using everything that they have to, first of all, point people towards God. But you don't even have to say that. You live that, and that naturally points people to, well, let me see what she's all about. Why is she so happy? Why does she have all this joy? Why is she buying 600 paper plates? And just hearing that. And I just want to say thank you so much, because I've heard so much about you, and I know that there were many seasons in her family's life that every time we catch up, she continues to talk about, my friend, just being there, walking, holding her accountable honestly, because your true friends will hold you accountable.
Yeah.
And I love that you did that unapologetically and lovingly with her, through her life. And thank you for being in our life now.
Yeah.
So Kim needs to watch out because her two-step was weak yesterday.
That's my first time, okay?
Do y'all have planners? Let me see your planners.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, like
Yes,
step one,
yes, we do.
let me see your planners.
When the first time that we met up in a very long time, we met at a restaurant, at Abuelo's, I believe.
Yes.
And I brought that journal out because it was literally everything was in it. You taught me that, you know, your scripture can go by your day, right? And I didn't think about that because I would separate my daily life and then have a separate journal for my spiritual life.
Yeah.
Be like, no, put them together. And I didn't. So simple, but my daily life should be my everyday spiritual life. And so you really taught me that concept.
In my planner, I take notes from the sermon on Sunday on this page, and then I take my favorite passage the pastor said, and I put it on Monday, and that's how I go through the week. He says, feed on what you heard all week. So you keep going back to what you heard, and then you feed others if you're a shepherd.
My absolute favorite thing about Elizabeth, it does not matter what title you carry. She would talk to you like a real human being. You know how long I've been at church before you came? It's like, oh, I just went to Pastor John. And I showed him my journal. Like, you were telling me this all the time. You know what? Like, he's my dad. It's just, but anybody.
Yeah. I always go find my pastor. And I'm like, look at my Bible. This is what you said. He's like, I don't think I said it that colorfully. I'm like, yeah, you did.
You just talk to them like they're just people because they are. You're like me.
I love my pastor so much. Yeah. And a lot of people don't think that you can go up to someone in leadership. It's like, they're not approachable.
Right.
He's the pastor. Well, he's teaching you. He wants to know you're listening to him. So it is an honor to him to go up to him and say, this is my notes. Look, this is my notes from today. It touched me. He'll remember that forever. Right. So we've done that over the last 10 years. I go to him at least every other month, be like, this is what I'm learning. And then this is my favorite Greek word. Oh my goodness. He's like, oh, I love that word too. I'm like, yeah. So just a month ago, I made a meeting with him and went to his office. I said, I want to show you my Bible. I've had it for 10 years now, studying under you here. And I gave it to him and said, flip through it. So he's flipping through it. And I started pointing out his sermons. Oh, remember that sermon? That was so good. Oh, remember that sermon? He's like, wow, you really got all my sermons. I'm like, yeah, go to Thessalonians. Oh, that's where it gets so good. And then me and him get excited about the word. He's like, oh, that was Best Day Ever was the name of his sermon series. And I'm like, yeah, go to the Best Day Ever. And he's like, wow, you wrote it on here, Best Day Ever. I'm like, yeah, look, it even has your date, your name, and all. You're all over my Bible. You teach on these and I date them. He's like, wow, this is precious. So it was really precious to show him. But then I'm teaching others, go to your pastor and talk to him. They're there for you. Tell him what you're praying about. Ask him to pray for you. You know, like to teach others, go. And one of the people on his own staff never went up to him and talked to him. And I said, what? Look, I show him my Bible. He's like, that person was like, you do? I'm like, yeah, just go talk to him like he's your friend. And so they did. And I encouraged them and they did. And they're like, oh, it was great. Yeah.
We met up at the mayor of Hearst yesterday. We brought him up and you're like, oh, Mayor Rip Miller, you just went on.
That's my favorite mayor.
I have his personal phone number. Right. Yes.
I do. I make connections that are important, but also I treat everyone with respect. No matter their title, you're correct. I don't ever look at people's title. It's just not what I'm about. I feel like we're all equal.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for your time and sharing this. And I'm so happy. Just you sitting here makes me so happy. But before we end this, I have one question to leave with you. How can everybody else have an Elizabeth in their life, right? Where can people connect with you or support what you are doing?
Oh, yes. Well, first, I'm always at Dos Amores. This is a hangout place. I am on Facebook and I'm on Instagram, and I like to advertise what I'm doing in the community. So I'm a part of the HEB Chamber Booster Team, and the Booster Team holds ribbon cuttings every week for new members. So I'm always out with new businesses, and bringing them into our community is real important to me. So you can find me all over the chamber. HEB Chamber stuff, events. And then also I joined the Clubhouse for Special Needs Board of Directors so I could serve in a clubhouse full of special needs families that need to be loved on. And so on the board, we get to help make decisions that will help all the families at once. So I felt a new place to serve in a new way. And it's a leadership role, so that I just stepped right into and went, wow, Lord. Remember when I was going to college to teach special needs, and here I am way longer and joining this board of directors. So that's special. And then I go to Cross City Church and I teach the word. And then we have our paint business, Paint by Designs, and it's paintbydesigns.com. But I do events. Oh, let me tell you where you can find me.
Yes.
I just got approved as the creative instructor for the Euless Family Life Center.
Oh.
We will be there from May to August with 3 classes, a couple times a month. And then from September to Christmas, we'll have 7 classes there.
Wow.
So I'm going to hold a homeschool paint class at the Euless Family Life Center twice a month. And then everyone can come.
Yes.
So it's going to be amazing. So like the painting, it just captures everything I've done with my life. And I'm like, I just want to serve people. And this is a way I can take everything to them and be in their space and then teach and talk. And I love talking. In case y'all
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you. And to anybody who's looking, all you have to do is look Elizabeth up one time.
Elizabeth Phillips.
Elizabeth Phillips.
You usually have a cowboy hat on.
Yes.
Yes, like yesterday.
Like yesterday, exactly. Elizabeth Phillips on Facebook, and you'll see everything that she is a part of, everything she's doing in the community, everything she's doing for our children, working together on the board for the special needs with the clubhouse, which reminds me, tomorrow, Saturday, the clubhouse has a community event. And so they'll have vendors there. There's a lot of fun. They'll have that entire parking space is going to be full of fun things to do, food to eat, people to see and meet. And we're all going to be there. Yes.
Yes, it's on Harwood in Bedford, and it's Grow With Us event. So the clubbers painted flower pots. We got lots of donations for flowers, and then we're going to turn around and sell the flower pots to you guys that come and shop. Then I'll also have rocks all over a table. We got a donation of rocks. And so we're going to be painting the rocks. So I'm just pouring them all out. And that's what y'all can help do as well. Send everyone to paint the rocks. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we have a lot of helpers. Yes. They
So
love
please
painting.
come out. Yes. And you're sharing that, and I'm thinking about painting a rock.
painting a rock.
Yeah.
I want to paint a rock.
Awesome. See how easy it is to get people to paint with me.
So please come out, support, come have fun with us, come say hello.
1 to 5. 1 to 5.
Okay, that's a good window. So there's
Yeah.
plenty of time to come and
The
have
rain
fun.
comes in the morning, goes away, then we have our event.
Oh, okay. Perfect. See, so come say hello to Elizabeth, and Elizabeth will say hello to you before you say hello to her.
That's right.
So anywhere you see her, please come catch her over there.
That's
Elizabeth, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I love hearing about your story, and just so thankful for your mom, thankful for your parents, just thankful for you, everything that you're doing, continue to do. Thankful that we get to connect now, because I've heard about you for so long.
Exactly.
Yes, thankful to be able to do live together. Thank you for supporting our foundation. Anytime we need Elizabeth to pull up, she's there.
Yeah.
She's before we
Okay.
call her, she's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was only first so I could eat breakfast.
Valid. Yes. So thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
Yes.
And yes, you guys will see more of us together
Exactly.
on everything that
Yep.
we're doing. Yes. So
Every Friday.
oh yes, every single Friday. Exactly. So May 8th.
Yes.
Don't forget to come over there and say hello to
Yes.
at the Bible journaling class, and you'll be able to see Elizabeth's her Bible journaling, her
Yes.
Bible full of everything that she's put in there. That's one of my favorite things to do every time I see her is flip through those pages. But thank you so much for your time,
Yes.
and thank you to everybody who's tuning in, whether live or later. We'll catch you guys next time on another episode of
What Anna Said podcast.
Bye.
Good job.
It's so good. Your story is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing
That
with
sounded
us.
beautiful together.
I love
The way it came out was beautiful.
No, yeah, that was you.
That's you. You made it.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like